move fast, get to the bag. Just a reminder to hold on, ain't gonna cry.
Still a bit warm here in Florida, but really all things considered, a wonderful fall afternoon for football here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. They're off to a terrific start, unbeaten at 5-0 through the first month and change.
And you can hang a lot of this early success on their defense, too. They're the tone setters for these guys, and the entire team feeds off of what they do.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. Orchestrating the offense will be the top pick in the 2018 draft, and that's Baker Mayfield.
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions he threw last week, those obviously have to be eliminated, and that was the focus of practice this week. But let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdown passes.
And they got the win.
And they got the win, so I think it was a good week for him to work on. Things had some positives, the win being first and foremost. Now he's just got to eliminate those interceptions.
What's up? What's up?
They'll start on the ground with Irving, and he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. You see the numbers for Irving in last week's ball game. 15 carries, 93 yards, and a score.
And he's been a touchdown machine for this season. He's #1 in the league in rushing touchdowns. So that has to help the entire offense as a whole. Play action passes, other people have a chance to touch the football because if you're a defense, you absolutely have to key on him.
Mayfield looks to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he goes out right around the 39. 7 yards there and a first down. The Buccaneers in a perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
What's that? What's that?
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. It's a gain of 16. First down, Tampa Bay.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
20. Done. What's that?
Play fake. Mayfield. This ball complete to Trey Palmer. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop. And that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Done. Done.
On 1st and 10, here's Irving. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. He couldn't get the edge there. It wasn't sealed, so maybe not all on the guy running the football all the time on those tosses and the pitches that go to the outside.
No, not at all. I would agree with that totally, because sometimes the defensive guys, they win the edge battle. And when they do that, there's no place for the running back to go, and especially for offensive linemen trying to get out ahead. With their footwork and speed, it was negligible on that play. No gain at all for the offense.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down.
180. What's that? What's that?
Throwing, Mayfield. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. Well, that was a long, sustained opening drive, but in the end, only able to get 3, the field goal out of it.
And absolutely, you'll take the points and the early leads. You never get those back. But there will be a little bit of disappointment that they didn't punch it in for 6 after that kind of yardage and that kind of drive that they had.
Following the field goal on is Riley Dixon to kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
It's been a lot of fun watching him advance in his career. Many people question his ability to throw the football coming out of Mississippi State. He's conclusively answered that question. In addition, a very strong runner and an even better leader.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24.
There we go.
They begin with a run by Miller.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
The numbers for Miller in last week's ball game: 14 carries, 58 yards.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked with him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage with every carry he receives this week.
On the right side, this is Miller. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Well, this defense for the Bucs, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the 1st down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. On play action, Prescott.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay.
Against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for, this is what you practice for, this is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking out the #1 overall offense in the league.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on, catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Here's 3rd and 6.
And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the 1st. A gain of 4, not enough, and it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the 1st quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Returning it is Moore. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
The Buccaneers offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. And he's run well here in the 1st half of the season, no doubt. You can see the graphic. NFL leader in rushing coming into the weekend.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10.
What's that? What's that?
On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive. Across midfield. He's on his way.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
Bucky Irving, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0.
During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And not much happening on the return as they get this to about the 23.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on the calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay.
Against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
And while teams don't like to talk about it, they're pretty proud of their rankings. But this ranking is going to be put to the test today because they're going up against a top 5 passing offense in this one.
Balled at the 26, 2nd and 7.
Prescott to throw it.
Pass complete. George Pickens with it.
First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Yeah! Here we go!
Play fake. Here's Prescott. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
That's an early scrambler that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play with one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
2nd and 6.
Throwing. Prescott.
He'll find Lamb crossing the formation for the catch.
His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
That's good for a Cowboys first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now Prescott setting up the screen for Miller. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Prescott now from the 50.
On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Prescott. And this is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
CeeDee Lamb.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Cowboys are back within a score.
So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point.
And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Buccaneers offense and their running back, Bucky Irving, getting ready to go back to work. And he's been sensational in this opening quarter. You have to imagine we'll see much more of him as this game goes along.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Mayfield to throw it. Incomplete on the deep ball.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Mayfield. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. 14 yards there, and a Buccaneer first down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Baker going to give it to Irving. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Mayfield. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
180! Done!
A run up the middle with Irving.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
20! What's up? What's up?
Here's White.
And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. A good run on 1st down, and now they contemplate a 2nd and goal situation.
Good! 180! Done! What's up?
Now Mayfield. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Cade Otton from a yard out.
And the Bucs are able to extend their lead.
And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
I've been flying out of town for some peace of mind. It's like always, they just want a piece of mind. I've been focused on the future, never on right now. But I can put you either pink or brown. I'm the one that introduced you to the you right now. Oh my God.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays.
And Cade Otton capped things off with a touchdown grab.
Now after the touchdown, ready to boot it away, Riley Dixon.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. From a star in college to a star in the NFL, CeeDee Lamb at wide receiver as he brings out this offense.
He's well on his way to a 1,000-yard season, maybe on pace to just tear past that, Charles. Defensively, they need to pay a little bit more attention to him.
Yeah, I think so, because remember, throwing the football, that can shred a defense quicker than anything else, because as soon as the catch is made, he still has the ability to, yards after catch, get downfield, gain even more, score touchdowns, all of that. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch as this progresses, to see how they defend him and how he changes up his game in order to try and keep getting open. This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Prescott.
A short one there taken in by Ferguson.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And here's Ryan Wright now.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Moore on the return. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out. 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. To throw, Mayfield. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Palmer. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
After 17-7 to score on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up.